Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'll be showing you guys how to draft this trending bubu. Okay, but first we'll be needing our pattern paper, we'll be needing pencil, we'll be needing our French curve, we'll be needing our tape rule for measuring, we'll be needing scissors, your straight ruler. We'll also be needing your cloth gum. You can use cloth gum, stay, or maybe soft, very soft gum stay. But the one I have with me here is cloth gum. We'll be needing our fabric. I'll be using silk mikado for this boo, and we'll be needing our brocade or damask, whichever one you have. You can equally use ashoke as well. You can use ankara. You can use any kind of fabric. Okay, it all depends on what you want. So with me here, I have my paper. The length of my paper is 25 inches. Okay, then the width of my paper is 19 inches. Okay, so now the first thing we'll do is we'll fold our paper into two to get the middle of the paper. So to get your middle, you fold your paper into two like this. So once you fold it, the middle comes out like this. Then you take your pencil and your straight ruler and then you rule it. So we now have our middle of the paper. Can you see? So next is from your down part here, you go up by 20 inches. From the down here, you measure 20 inches and then you mark it. So this 20 inches here, which is the middle, will be the center of our neckline. So you mark, okay? So next is, once you've gotten the middle, you fold it back like this, okay? Then from the middle, which is the start here, you measure 5 inches. So from here to here, you measure 5 inches and then you mark it. So you measure the 5 inches down and you connect 5 inches. You come here, you measure 5 inches and then you connect. You take your straight ruler and then connect all the 5 inches together like this. You connect it to get a straight, okay? So now next is from, so next is from this middle part here, you measure 5 inches down and then you mark it. This is same middle of our neck point. You mark it, okay? So next is from this 5 inches that we measure, you come to the set this same 5 inches and then you measure 9 inches downward like this and then you mark it from here to here, 9 inches, then you mark, okay? So from this part here, you measure 5 inches so that your line will be accurate. 5 inches here, okay? Then from these 5 inches, you measure another 9 inches. Reason why we are doing that is so that our line will be accurate. Okay, so from this 9 inches, you measure 3 inches outward and then you mark it. Then you take your straight ruler and then you connect it like this. So from here to here is 3 inches and then you mark like this. Okay, so to be sure the lines are, your measurements are equal, by the time you measure from here to here, all you will have is 8 inches. So from this place now, you measure 8 inches downward so that the lines will be straight. And then you connect it this way. Can you see that? So now next is you turn your paper to the other side like this. Okay. So now, from this same part here, this center here, you measure 5 inches downward and then you mark it. So you measure another 5 inches from this part here. You measure 5 inches. Okay, you connect it down 5 inches. Then from here to here, 5 inches. And then you take your straight ruler and then you connect it like this. So you connect it like this. So now next is you take your pattern scissors and then cut out from these 5 inches you measure. Note, when you are cutting, try not to cut both. You only cut one part of it. So I will be cutting out from this 5 inches here out. So you cut out here, this part, we don't need it. And then you turn it to this other side. So next is to cut out this part as well. So you cut this part out, and then by the time you open it, your paper comes out like this. Okay, so next is you fold it back. Okay, then from this middle here, you come down by 5 inches. Remember, we already have our 5 inches here. I'm just trying to remind you guys. Okay, so you measure 5 inches from here to here down. So from this middle of our neck here, which is 5 inches, you go up by 1 inches. Okay, this is the back of our neck. Then from this middle here, you go up by 3 inches. Note, we are using 3 inches because of the size I'm working on. If you are from size 6 to 12, you can use 2.5 inches, okay? But from size 16 downward, you can use 3 inches. So you measure 3 inches inward like this. So you measure 3 inches inward like this, which is here. Then you take your curve and then connect it to this 1 inches here. like this. You see. So next is you take your scissors and then you cut it out. So you cut this part out, okay? And then you open it. Can you see? So now next is for the style we are working on, the back is not four corner like this, it's not square. So you take your pencil and then use your hand and then curve it in like this. Not much. Okay, you curve it in like this and then you cut it out. So you curve it and then take your scissors and then you cut it out. Then you open it. Okay. So now next is from this part here, you measure 8 inches down and then you mark it. 8 inches down and then you mark it. Okay, so for the line to be straight, you measure what you have from here to here and then you measure it here. Then you connect it so that your lines will be straight. Okay, you connect it this way. So now next is you take your ruler and then connect from this 8 inches to this part here like this. Note, you cut out this part here will be going out. Note, before you cut this out, you have to be sure where your square will be facing, so that by the time you finish cutting, it will not face the wrong side. So like I said, this part here will be going out. Okay, so now next is for the style we are working on, this part here is a bit curvy. So from here, you go in by 1.5 inch or 2 inches. Then you take your curve and then you just blend it in, okay, like this. And then you cut this part out. You can see we now have our design. So after drafting it, this is how your design comes out. So next is you place on your fabric. Okay, so you just add half an inch allowance, okay, and then you cut it out. So after cutting it out, you iron it, you put your cloth gum. You can see already I've added my cloth gum on it, then iron it, okay. You can see how it is. Iron it properly. Okay, so that next is let me show you how to cut